Hello, and my name is Sandy D. I'm your host of No Icing, the official host of No Icing, and my favorite co-host of No Icing for almost 5 years now. Is it? We're on season five. We're on the fifth year, episode 7, and for the first time only, let me bring up Rory Penland. I mean, I'm just kidding. Wait, hold on. Just kidding.
Favorite
For the
host, but it's the first time only.
I'm just
Okay.
kidding. I
All
was going to
right.
say, for the first time only, we have a special guest tonight who's been part of the cosmos from like the beginning, right?
Yes. Yes,
Been
indeed.
rooted in the cosmos,
A crown jewel of
crown
the
gem.
cosmos. Crown jewel of the cosmos. Yes. Yes, that's one of them.
Yes. So wait, you've had how has he been on which shows of yours?
He's been on
Casual?
It's Casual. Oh gosh, maybe 3 or 4 times.
That's what I
So
was
all the
thinking.
questions that we're going to be asking him are the same questions that we were asked him on that show. But you have a new audience. It's a whole different audience. So, um, but I'm sure as a performer, he's used to that.
Yes. And well, I have questions. I was thinking about it all day.
Mhm.
I'm thinking about there's so many questions that I have. This is the first time he's ever been on No Icing, and
Yes.
he's part of our Atlanta music scene that we love, and we have had many Atlanta musicians on the Cosmos and No Icing. So
Atlanteans.
we love our Atlanteans. They're all part of the Cosmos. We love it. Okay,
Indeed.
so without further ado, shall we, Rory?
Yes, let's bring him up.
Okay, wait, let me get the button. I'm gonna smash the buttons. Wait, hold on. Yay!
Mr. Lars Nagel.
Mr. Lars Nagel, welcome, welcome.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Good to be here.
And you are in Atlanta now?
I am.
And life
Been
is
here.
good there.
Yeah, I've been here for quite a while now, for a number of years. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah. Um, to start off, could you tell us some of your history as far as your background in music, the groups that you've played with? Um, just so we get a kind of an idea of how vast your career is.
Yes.
Uh,
Wait,
in the
and
nine,
originally from Sweden. You're originally from Sweden. I need to hear the whole backstory. I haven't heard the backstory.
yeah, I was born and raised in Stockholm, and I really, I grew up there. I didn't move to. I moved to California in the mid '80s, but we had spent. My dad worked for Scandinavian Airlines, so we were fortunate in being able to travel quite extensively. And so we spent a lot of time on the West Coast, from 76 to the mid 80s until I moved there. I moved to Northern California and then eventually Southern California, where I'm sure I lived in Oceanside. That's not where you're at, right, Sandy? Is it?
No, but I've been there. I've been close to there.
Yeah, and so I had another Swedish friend that I grew up with in. Really, we known each other since the sandbox, and he was living at I can remember late '80s over in South Georgia, and we had I basically just moved over here just to sort of hang out with him a little bit, and then eventually, through a girlfriend at the time, I moved up to Atlanta, in which I started uh, my job as a tennis teacher, and then eventually we started my first band. Back to your point of question here, I started my first band in I guess it was '95 maybe, called the Ditch Diggers, and was
The Ditch
was a
Diggers.
yeah, it's kind of like a cowpunk outfit, sort of country rock, but you know, not as structured, and as my friend Tom Shush says it was Johnny Clash, which in 1,000 interviews that we did at the time, we never thought of that. So yeah, so thank you, Tom. But yeah, so we did that thing up until 2001, and at which point I started a new band called Motor 76, which was a kind of a power pop, punk rock kind of thing, and we just continued making albums. You know what I mean? Um, and playing gigs and doing that whole thing, and then I actually did that band ended in 2010. Um, and at which point I had started recording what was going to become my first solo album, Happy to Be Here. And I thought that, okay, well, the second band ended. I'm just going to go do, try this Lars thing, try to see how that goes. And I was in the studio making that solo record, and the singer for a friend of mine, JJ Garrison, was in singing for on a track of mine, helping out, and he just sort of asked me in passing, "Would you consider, playing with the Caminos, the El Caminos?" And that kind of moved really quickly. That was maybe May of 2010, and we started playing in yeah, in the summer of 2010, and we kept that going. We again just making records and playing gigs and so forth, and did that up until either 2017 or 18. Honestly, I can't remember, but either 17 or 18, I got out of the band world uh, and started, and then I came back um, to my solo music at that point. There were several reasons why I had to get out of the band world. My dad was uh, not doing very well, and well, he subsequently did die, but he passed away in June of 16. Sorry, yeah, 16 or yeah, 16, and so I knew that I had to be there for my mom, and there was so much legal business we had to do in trying to get her over here to the States and so forth. So I knew that I would not have the time to be in a band at that point. So again, that was one. But yeah, so then I started making Lars records, and really started playing a lot, and that's the way it's been going up until now.
Yeah.
I love it. But what made you come out from to decide to do music in Atlanta from Sweden?
I never did.
Like,
I mean, I wasn't. I was a music. I've always been a music fan. Probably I was 3 or 4 years old. I didn't have any thought of even being in a band when I mean, I didn't play an instrument at that point. I didn't start until probably I was 24, and I just been up until that point I'd just been a music fan my whole existence, and maybe I mean the thought of being in a band was so far fetched. I you know that
what was your
yeah.
favorite band as a kid or now?
Oh, the same one that I still have today, the Rolling Stones, my friend.
Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I used to say that the Stones is my favorite band uh, until I put on a Beatles album. But no, I got to stick with the boys. The Stones is my band. Yeah, number one band. Yeah.
Yeah. He is a Stones fan. There's no doubt about that. So yeah, you came over here with family to California. I didn't know that. That's funny. I've done shows with you many times, and I don't remember you saying that you went to California first. Um,
Yeah.
And
And
I
then you
have
ended
to
up hanging out
ask,
with people in
did he surf? Did you
Georgia.
surf in California?
No, well, I did not, or not, at least not well. At the
Doesn't
time when I
matter
had,
as long as you got out there.
well, at the time when I actually had hair and had long hair, I fit the image of it. But no, I mean, we would spend, like I said, a number of years just traveling there. I would go with my dad. My dad had a couple of different jobs. He was a flight operations officer uh, for SAS, Scandinavian Airlines. So that led us to be able to travel a lot. But he also had a second job on the side, so I would go with him, um, whether it was airline business or his other job, wherever he was. I mean, it wasn't just California, but we ended up there quite a bit because it was sort of, I don't know. I guess he liked it. He when he my dad worked. He lived on Santa Monica for 2 years when he
Hmm.
worked at LAX when he sort of first started out. So he knew his way around there. So it was at any rate, we just ended up spending a lot of time there, and so it was kind of natural to move there. I mean, when you grow up in Europe, especially in the late '70s, there are only a few places that in the States. I mean, Atlanta wasn't even on the map, until the Olympics. It so it was sort of like, well, you go to California, you go to New York, you go to Florida, and I don't know, maybe Chicago or something. So it wasn't that, I don't know, it probably wasn't that odd. Again, it had the weather, you know, had all my television, you know what I mean? Had Disneyland.
Yeah.
What are your parents here? Where are your parents? Where did they end up? Did they go back?
Well, well, they have since now both passed. I lost my mom in 2023.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. It's kind of, which kind of brings me to, it's funny, it kind of brings me to this because I, we did so many of these online gigs during the pandemic, and even to a good point when the pandemic started opening up. And, my mom was always home and here, and we would do all these gigs,
Hmm.
this is the first gig that I don't think I've done this since 2023. So this is the
Wow.
first since she passed, which is
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So it kind of felt sort of, we used to have such an active nest, um, and
Right.
then you sort of find yourself on the outs for a bit, but you gotta do what you can. But yeah, at any rate, my dad passed away in 16, and my mom lost my mom in 2023, April 2023.
Yeah.
So, but but you asking where they? My mom grew up in. She was born and raised in Budapest, Hungary,
Yeah.
and my dad was in the airlines when they were in their. They met in their 20s. My mom was working for a ballet dancing company. She was tour. She was on tour in Europe,
Wow.
where she met my dad when he was on business and so on. So they were kind of, we had our solid house, sort of, we had our homes, our headquarters in Stockholm, but they were used to moving, almost sort of nomadic people. They were kind of, they got around, and I, we never had, I think at least, and they didn't need for much. You know what I mean? It's like I think they felt if they put the money into taking us around the world and travel and all that stuff, it was worth more to them and to me than let's say have a more expensive car in 1981
Yeah.
or 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 a bigger house or so forth. So, but
Were
really,
they
my
kind
parents.
of like, were they kind of hippie-ish? Were they hippie-ish?
No, they
No.
weren't that. But well, at least not on the front end of things, but maybe in some ways they were. Um, they, I mean, they came over here almost on a yearly basis. Up until 2016 when my dad passed, they would visit
Right.
and spend a month or two. And my mom, but again, when my dad died in 2016, we had to sell the house in Sweden.
Mm.
Excuse me. And, my ex, as you remember, Heidi and I at the time, I think we worked 14 months to get my mom a green card, so she moved over here officially. She actually
Yeah.
lived here in 2018 until she passed away in 2023. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a lot of losses in the last couple of two. I mean, my mom was, you know, well, they're all major, but
Yeah.
yeah, but you know, as tragic as they may be, you know, they probably, you know, they tend to make you into a little better human being, you know, that are more kind and just, you know, yeah, make you a little less hard, you know.
Yeah. It's funny when you mention in 2020 and 2021 when the pandemic hit, like you said, that's when all of
Yeah,
us kind of jumped on this social media train to kind of band together and get through that time, and make music and have fun. And yeah, we all were being on each other's shows, left, right, and and yeah, that was a really good time. And like you said, around 2020, 2023, yeah, we kind of just drifted. And some of us continue to do certain shows and things. um, I personally, it got exhausting for me to do all these shows and
Oh
try to
my
coordinate
goodness.
talent for It's Casual, and
right, right.
I had to get rid of It's Casual because it was just too time consuming, with everything
Well, you know,
else.
X, you know, I did a gig when the pandemic was. I think we were still wearing masks. We did a
Mm.
gig. I did a gig with my friend Tom. Well, you know Tom Chesh. We played.
Yeah,
Did a record
man.
in store. We played at Wuck Street Records in Atlanta, and you were in town.
Right. That's when Tina and I drove up. We drove 11 hours up to Atlanta to come meet everybody because we wanted to see everybody, or I wanted to see everybody in person.
Mm,
So Diane
yeah,
Diane was there,
yeah,
Diane Recall, and uh, ah, oh my God, oh, so many people were there for that. Like the fans all showed up,
yeah.
and uh, oh my God, Troy Moore. Troy Moore hung out with him for a little bit during that trip. That was a really fun trip, and I kept telling myself I'm going to get up there again and do it again because I wanted to see everybody. And Tom Chesh, of course, was your sidekick there on that, and Vic
well,
Burgess was there.
hang on there. He ain't anybody's. I was his sidekick.
Well,
Anyone.
but yeah, you were there together,
Yeah, no, it was funny
making the
because,
music together.
well, we had to do that. I mean, you know, now I'm kind of being funny about it, but we kind of had to do that gig to see if everybody else was real. We, you know, we'd seen each other online for a solid, or at least a year.
Right.
So just a different kind of reality, and we were shocked into this new type of reality where you couldn't see anybody, you couldn't do anything, and you know,
Yeah, and
you
it
go
was the
through.
tail end of the pandemic. People were still wearing masks, but yeah, it was people were relaxing a bit.
We started
Yeah,
getting
no,
shipments of toilet paper back in at that time, I think.
Jeez.
well, yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, we did plenty of gigs. I mean, Tom and I went a little bit on the road, but it was one of those things where you got into the cafe or the club and you wore a mask unless you were singing, you know, unless you were in front of the mic. You
Yeah.
had to show your, what do they call it again? Your vaccination, you know,
Right.
certificate and all that stuff to get in. And again, we were all for it. I mean, I spent a year, for example, I mean, my mom had she she got cancer in 2020, so I had
Mm.
the responsibility of, and I mean, she subsequently beat it. She was okay by 2021, but I wasn't going to go out and bring home, or not even a cold, while she was doing treatments and such.
Right.
I didn't, you know, risk that
Right.
scenario. going sideways any more than the possibilities of it already, they were all there. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And
Right.
it was just, yeah, it's a strange time, and it's just really strange sitting in front of here
And
doing
then
this
we all
now.
got it anyway after the mask and the hand sanitizer and the vaccination. I still got
Yeah.
COVID anyway with all that.
Yeah, knock wood. Luckily, Tina and I never got it, as far as we know.
Wow.
My
That's
wife did
well.
in
I'll
China.
I'll tell you something funny, and it wasn't funny at the time, but
No.
I was it was Diane and myself. We were going up. We played a place in Athens called Henderson's or Hendershots. I can't remember. It's not quite off the strip. It's it's close to downtown,
Yeah.
and we played it with Vic, my dear friend Vic Burgess, right, with a soft G.
Yeah.
Uh, I remember a couple of nights before I was in the studio Wednesday night. This was, I guess, Friday or Saturday night. I was making the album that I had was coming out at the time, Tomorrow Never Knows. And I woke up Friday morning when we were going up to Athens. I just wasn't feeling right, but I didn't really look too deep into it. And at any rate, I didn't have good appetite, which is very rare for me. So, so this is a slow time where everybody's, you know what I mean? Everyone's still paranoid and rightfully so. So I'm sitting on stage at Hendershots, and I had my phone to my on the stool next to water or beer or something, and Diane was singing. We're doing a songwriters in a round, and my phone lights up while she was playing, and it's from my it was from my engineer producer, the great uh, Daniel Groover, and it just said, "Dude, I got COVID."
So
And I spent like 48 hours with him in the studio, and I was feeling a little bit under the weather, and I'm sitting
you
there
knew. You just knew.
no, and Diane had she rode up with me there, and it was one of those nights where rarely afterwards or at any point, no one really comes up just to hug me over and over again. And it was one of those nights where they just couldn't stay away. And us to Diane, I showed her that, listen, we've got to get out of here before, this whole,
Before we infect people.
oh man, I made a
Shout
phone.
out to Diane Call because I was looking at some old videos and I saw the one of you and Diane
Oh,
jamming with Lemmy. And you guys both were wearing these little beanies and you guys look so cute. Um, so shout out to our Diane. We love Diane.
My heart
yeah,
goes out to her. She just lost one of her fur babies.
Oh,
Yeah, this
yeah,
month.
yeah. She's made. I haven't seen her in a while, but she makes some really good albums, and I know through Daniel that she's made some good new stuff that's out there, and
Hmm.
yeah, she's fabulous. Yeah.
Well, go ahead and play us something because I know you've been waiting to.
for anybody that's new, we
We're
apologize.
sitting there talking about
We're
COVID.
catching up here because this is his first time on Noising, and he's been on everyone else's shows, but he's never been on my show. So we're talking, and he's been to New York. So New Yorkers like to talk.
That just came out of left field. And he's been to New York.
Wait a minute.
That just kind of
Who's been
came
to
out
New
of
York?
nowhere.
Haven't you been to New York?
Yeah, yeah, too many
Yeah.
times.
When your parents had the flight, you must have stopped in New York a bunch of times.
We spent a lot of time connecting in New York and sort of doing that thing in the 70s and the 80s. And New York was a different place back in those days. But what I was going to say about New York, when I went up and did a run there of gigs with Vic Burgess,
Yeah.
and we played in Albany, and this is not that long ago, and I don't know. There's really no major point to this story, but that's the last time that I was there, and we actually stayed with a friend in Hudson, and it's just a really rad place, you know. I dug New Hampshire a lot too. I'd never been to New Hampshire before. It was very much like
Well, we
New
have
Hampshire.
Let's see. We have a viewer watching from Michigan right now. We have Chip Cop. We have my best friend from the third grade watching with her husband from New Jersey. We have um, we have my friend
I thought
in
Tanya's. I
Virginia.
thought I saw Tanya's name too.
Chip Cop is in Atlanta. Well, no, he travels around. I think he's in Montana. Uh,
Montana. You want me
so
to
we
name
have
off?
we have a people watching all from all over the country right now.
And I know they want to hear you sing.
They want to hear
We're,
you sing.
we're stoked to have them all, aren't we? So like
Yes,
we
we
said,
love everybody. Thank you for watching, guys.
part of the sound is a little funky and maybe muffled. So I'm sitting closer to the phone here, very close,
Yeah.
to have the
Just pull the
conversation.
mic over.
And I'm gonna go back on the stage.
Oh, okay, back on the stage.
Yes.
Where you feel good, where your light shines.
Back in the
What do you
performance zone.
say?
Oh, Tara, you were born in New Hampshire.
Be very careful here, boys and girls.
Oh, it was Tara. I
I love
saw.
New Hampshire. I've been in New Hampshire.
So
New
a little
Hampshire.
like, can you hear this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me make this.
All right, I'm making a new album. Well, it's actually made. We're hopefully going to put it out sometime this year. And just give me one more check, okay? Are we okay out there?
Yep. Sounds good.
Check, check.
You
All
could
right.
turn it up if you want.
Um, I'm a little weary about it, you know. Let's try this song. This is how it goes. Okay. Lost
Yeah.
and Found. Born down in a Nordic town. Lately you've been on my mind. It's been a long, long time. Felt like writing a country song. Only way to get my boys to sing along. Take the train into Stockholm City. Summer nights were so pretty. Distant takes 1985. Hey! Johnny Thunders on the evening news. So alone, busted again. Punk rock blues. Street hockey and Falcon beers. Summer kisses blew away the winter fears. Well, you can't put your arms around a memory. All the best boys, they know why. They know why. Half a lifetime ago took me by surprise today. On the lonely side of love, the sadness leads the way. I feel like a memory coming home. But just like you, it's all gone. Hey baby, you call my bluff. Hey baby, you're made up of some fine, fine stuff. But just in a moment's rhyme, I go back to borderline, standing tall on my knees. Cause I'm lost and found, lost and found, lost and found. Oh yeah, we could be heroes. hero, hero, just for one day.
Yeah.
I love it.
I say stay back there and do another tune.
Punk rock blues song. Yeah, do another one.
I just noticed your name. It says Hugo Drax. For
Yeah,
those of
what
you who
is
don't know
Hugo
who
Drax?
Hugo Drax is, this is an inside joke between Lars and I. Um, he often
Oh,
he often quotes the James Bond movie Moonraker, and he loves the villain in that movie whose name is Hugo Drax. So this about 2 3 weeks ago, I sent him a photo, a signed photo by Michael Lonsdale, the actor who plays Hugo Drax. There it
oh.
is, and I made a bunch of these relic cards to to sell on eBay, only to realize, hey, these are not licensed. They're cool cards, and I give them away now to the people that buy my James Bond stuff on eBay as gifts. And I gave him a set of, I think there was like 8 cards maybe. They have different little relics that are connected to the movies because I thought he'd like them.
Wait, was Hugo Drax your character, Rory, or a character from a movie?
No, that's this guy here. He's a
What
character
movie?
from the movie Moonraker, starring Roger Moore.
Moonraker?
Yeah, Moonraker. It was
Wow.
1979. They were cashing in on the Star Wars craze at the time. James Bond goes to space, that kind of thing.
I love it. Okay, well, let me just say, I gotta just show you guys this thing real quick, and let me just
Mhm.
say that is Lemmy? I don't know if Lemmy's available, but Lemmy's probably sleeping and tired past his bedtime. But I was gonna say that if anyone wants to donate to Lars, we're trying to help him raise money to get his new album going. He's
Oh,
had uh, he's had a lot of vet bills from Mr. Lemmy right there. Look how handsome he is.
oh yeah, it's a cat cameo.
He's
Wow,
so handsome.
we always got those when you did shows. Yeah, live
He's a
singing shows.
baby. He's
Got the
famous.
cat cameos.
Is he going to be on the new album cover, or
Well,
he's already been on the album cover?
speaking of the album cover, the album is made. We've finished, mixed, and we've recorded, mixed, and mastered. And I'm
Uh-huh.
going to give a shout out to my man from TCB and West End Motel, Mr. Tom Cheshire, who did the
Tom
artwork
Chess.
for it.
We love Tom Chess.
Oh, he did the artwork.
Yeah, Tom.
I
Tom
love
did the
that. I
art,
love that.
and we're about to move it to the next level after that. But yeah, so
The
I wanted to.
hearts. I should have known at the hearts. He does a lot of artwork with the hearts. I should have known.
Yeah, I mean he's got his gig with Don't Waste My Heartbeats, and
I
we
love
were
that.
a new album. It's gonna be called Restless Hearts and Spare Parts. It was a no-brainer, and we just met up and kicked around some ideas, and and basically just let him go, and he delivers this fabulous. Uh,
I have it right here. Wait, I have it. Let me show you guys.
oh, okay, yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to
Give me
show you guys.
give me one
Lemmy,
second.
thank you for making an appearance, Lemmy. We love you. Lemmy's famous. Okay, here it is. This is the Tom Chesh. Wait, can you see me? This is the Tom Chesh artwork for his new album that he's working on.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, man, there it is. There
I
you
should
go.
have known that was Tom Chesh. It has Tom Chesh written all over it.
So that's the album cover for your album that's coming out.
You got it. You got it, man.
Oh, awesome.
And
She's
then
awesome.
I love
no,
that.
Yeah, it's an honor to have his artwork on there. I just wanted something a little different this time, and
And this his artwork also?
yes, it is. Yes, it is. I can't
Okay.
see I think it's an inside. I mean, he did all the. It's going to be a gatefold. You open up the CD. It's going to be two sides. So there's the studio shot
I
in
love the
there.
spray paint. It's so, is that like black spray paint around? I love the spray paint. Like a
You know
piece of
what?
cardboard with spray paint.
You know what, Sandy? You know what it is? It's a leather jacket. He did it on the leather jacket.
No.
Yeah, it's rad. It's super rad. Yeah. He and
Wait.
Tom is a very talented man.
And that's the song, that's the album, songs on the album. That's the,
yes.
I love that.
Yeah, man. I'm really stoked. I mean, I think it's I don't know. I mean, who doesn't say it? When you
Okay, and here's, if anyone wants to do the QR code for Venmo to help out with Lemmy and the new album, right there. Just take your screenshot, go like you're taking a photo, make like you're taking a photo, and then when it turns lights up orange, click on it. There,
so
and then,
thank you so
or
much.
you can privately message Lars. You can add Lars and privately message.
That's it. He's taking pre-orders now.
I want an album. I love the artwork alone. Just the art, just for the artwork alone, I want the album.
Oh yeah, I'm so. And it's funny because you guys know you mentioned him earlier this evening, and he shouldn't go unnoticed. Troy Moore did one of my album covers as well.
Yeah.
A couple of years. Oh no, I'm sorry, about 5 years ago. So I got Troy Moore who did one. Heidi did one, and my friend Tim Pleisner, who passed away, he did American Honey, and Troy Moore did You're My Only One, and Tom. I'm sorry. Actually, in actual fact, my dad took the photo of. If anybody out there has my album called Tomorrow Never Knows, there's a picture of me being a little munchkin, and we're. I thought we were.
I got that one.
But at any rate, it's cool to have Tom on there.
Troy is another one who's just off the chart talented in like all directions.
Wait, Lars, did you know that I submitted my first song ever. It was a collaboration, but it was Troy Moore did the music video to my song, and I submitted it to the San Diego Music Awards.
Oh no, really? That's wonderful.
Troy Moore did the whole music video for me, and it's like AI, using AI.
Oh, that's happening. Yeah. We, the last time I saw, I talked to Troy maybe a month or so ago, and but we did some gigs together in Augusta or Macon,
Yeah.
Georgia. He's a trip, man.
We love Troy. He's been on No Icing before.
That's the best word for him. Yes, he is definitely a trip.
We love Troy.
It was an honor for me to go into his studio when I was up there, and we sang the Beatles for like a couple hours. I think for maybe just an hour, but it was so much fun. He's such a Beatle fan, and I am too. And you are now. I didn't realize you were such a Beatle fan. So yeah, it was always fun to sing the Beatles with him.
You guys, Rory, you and him used to do a whole live show dressed and doing Beatles, taking turns doing Beatles songs.
Yeah, we did a couple of online shows doing that too. Yeah, but it wasn't as much fun as being there in the studio with him singing the Beatles.
Were you in his studio?
Yeah.
Oh.
I went into his house. He had some uncle who had squatted there in his home. They had to get rid of the sofa after the uncle left. He had squatted on one of their sofas downstairs. It was great. He's like, "Oh, don't mind him."
that room called the Boom Boom Room for nothing.
Yeah, studios upstairs are great. I think he needed like AC at the time. It was like kind of warm and hot up there when we were there, but yeah, man, it's so much fun hanging out with him.
We're going down, like I said, I think we're going to Augusta, and I picked him up, and I'm driving, and I said, "Man, can you go to Dennis? I want to go to Dennis." And just a bunch of telling him about that stack of Scooby-Doo pancakes, right? I just kept bitching, but we got to go to Dennis, right? Troy was like, Lars, that's the opposite of a good idea. That's where, and I sort of, but come on, the stack of blah blah blah, the pancakes are a mile high, right? Whatever, blah blah, and this, I don't know,
All
15
you can
minutes,
eat pancakes.
and eventually
we've
got it
talked about
done.
doing another reunion.
And then
Yes.
Chris set
And
up
and
my
Bob
nonsense.
Bob Ross wants us all to come to his bed and breakfast. And I think we should do it. I think we should get together again, the whole group, everybody, just plan on, taking a weekend or 3 days somewhere and going and just kind of hanging out again and making music and having
Yeah, man.
fun.
I'm, I'm,
And
I'm,
I think that's the place to go because we keep saying we're going to do it and we haven't done it. And there's been kind of little ones, little reunions, like I think Troy Moore went there one time and uh, oh, uh, Socially Distant Fest. The guys that do social, Bethy and
Keith Cutts was there. Everybody's been there. Ilana's been there.
Mickey,
M was there, I think.
the guys from Jaguardini
Everybody's
were
been
there. It was like a
there.
mini get together.
Mickey Sharp's been there. Everybody's like been there.
Yeah.
Have you been there? I haven't been there yet.
That.
Lars, have you been there?
no, I mean, well, when I played Athens a few times, and Bobby's come out, but I don't think I've been there. And
Yeah.
Okay.
but Troy told me about it, and but to my previous point, when he got fed up with my nonsense about the pancakes at Dennis, he looks over to me and he says, "First of all, we're not going there. But second of all, it's not called Dennis.
It's Denny's."
Yeah.
Did you get him into a Waffle House at least?
Want to know? No, actually,
it's the Waffle House.
We went to Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Wendy's,
That's funny.
See, this is why we were he was going to play like 3 or 4 songs tonight.
Yeah. He's looking like he's trying to get back to that microphone. So let's let him
I
sing.
love how we get into these deep conversations from the past, though. It's fun.
You guys want to watch me stand on my head and play the guitar upside down and sing?
On a stack of pancakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
What kind of board did you surf?
Oh, geez. He's all about the surfing.
I just have to ask. I have to know.
What are you talking about? Bjorn Borg?
What kind of surfboard did you ride when you tried it out here?
Oh, Sandy, dearest, I have no idea.
It was a surfboard.
It was a lawn chair. It was a floatable.
Yeah, I just remember. I mean, in those days, we would, we would just destroy Taco Bell, and it's funny, Sandy. Here's a little
Taco Bell.
tidbit for you. In believe it or not, but in Sweden, and maybe even up till present moment, they have no Mexican restaurants. People love tacos and Mexican food, but they make it at home. There are no Mexican restaurants.
Right.
Wow.
I mean, if there's one now, okay, God bless them.
But back
at
in the day,
at least up until 1987, when I lived there too. I'm sorry, when I moved from Stockholm. So coming to California, I didn't really, my friend Mats and I, we had no idea what real Mexican food was, and here we are in the state for it, and the only thing we do is we go to Taco Bell and Jack in the Box, get our tacos there, right?
Yeah.
Like people are dying, left and right eating at Jack in the Box, it's like death in the
But did you learn to make traditional Mexican food when you were here a little bit?
well, see what happened. There was this guy I played tennis
It's
in
a whole
Ocean.
story.
Yeah, there's a story to it. This
It's,
guy, Paul, we called him Shark Master. We were like 18. And this guy, Paul, Shark Master, was 23 or 24. He was an older cat. He kind of hung out with the young dudes. And, well, basically, he was a drug dealer, right?
Oh,
And this is why I, to this
at the
day, think he's,
beach? Is it this? He at the beach?
I don't know, but he just kept pushing. He just kept pushing dope on us, and we were from Sweden. You know, we don't do. I mean, we would drink a lot, and Matt would smoke some weed maybe, but he just kept trying to push drugs on us, and this went on for in a period over maybe 3 months, right? And meanwhile, he was equally frustrated that we wouldn't go get real proper Mexican food. He saw us order all this fast food Mexican food in Southern California. It's madness. And this is why I still dig this guy to this day. Max and I, and I'll get to my point here. Max and I were sitting at a little Taco Bell haunt, and we're loading up our plates. And you know, when you're 17, you order the whole place, right? And and Matt says, "Look, there's Shark Master. He must have seen our car. We had a 1972 Volvo, which at the time didn't that old, you know, in
oh, that's a
1986.
chick magnet.
I love Volvos.
Volvo, baby. It's
That's
safe.
72
I'm a
Volvo.
Volvo fan forever.
That 72 Volvo will get the party started. Yeah. So so Shark Master, you know, this dope dealer now, he comes into Taco Bell. He walks up to Max and I, and we were a little bit like, remember on Beavis and Butthead, the hero was Todd? And Todd was such a narcissist and he was so abusive to him, but
Okay.
so so Shark Master finds us and he comes up to our table. We're about to just dive into our precious feast, right, of bullshit Mexican food. And he leans in, and I still remember this. I still remember this to this day, exactly what the vision of this. He leans in and he's really quiet and he says, "Hey, dudes, if I can't sell you any dope, at least let me take you to a proper Mexican restaurant." So
That's a
we
very
went,
thoughtful dope dealer.
yeah. We just went to a hole in the wall on the beach. I think we were in. I think we were just a little bit outside north of San Diego, and we had never seen this. We couldn't believe it. Oh, they're making. I mean, you know, the salt. I mean, the green salsa and all that. We were just absolutely blown away. And you know,
Burritos the size of your forearm.
yeah, yeah. And he looked at us and he goes, yeah, there you go. So
The
so
burritos
Shark,
have gotten smaller over the years, though.
say what?
The burritos have gotten smaller over the years.
What are they now? $15 a pop?
They
Oh
just
man,
make them smaller now.
Yeah, man. All right, you
They
ready
used
for
to
one?
be huge. They used to be like a 2-day meal.
sing us a song about Tico Taco.
I'll give you a song about Tico Torres, who's a drummer in Bon Jovi. How about if I do a song and then we go back to the West Coast and talk about tacos?
Okay.
I want you to talk about California, some of the places you've been to,
Mm.
some of your favorite places there.
We shall return to that. Are you okay?
Yeah,
Ready? I'm going to move my way back to my stage.
back to the stage.
Stage over here.
Where you shine, shine, shine.
Well, we don't know that yet, but let's find out.
You're already a star.
Let's find out about our. My voice is going at all things.
And we love you, Lemmy.
Lemmy, you ready? just realized this is not capo. Minor flub there. I'm traveling on a plane, westward bound again, and gigs were stoked to play. See some folks who knows my name, who wanna hear my songs. In California, it's a supernova up in them Hollywood hills. It's breaking my heart, helplessly hoping for cosmic American thrills that go la 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 la. La 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 la. There's so much of you and me. You remind me about it all. But it's not for you to see a broken hero from the past who played soul country music. In California, it's a supernova up in them Hollywood hills. It's breaking my heart, grievous angel, and his cosmic American thrills that go la 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 la. La 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 la. You said once upon a time when the world was yours and mine. Well, I believe that time is now. Don't let it slip away, no. You're waiting to be heard through the movement of the shadows. Well, we can get it right. We got the sunset. We got that first kiss. We got tonight. Sing it in. In California, it's a supernova up in them Hollywood hills. It's breaking my heart, helplessly hoping for cosmic American thrills that go la 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 la. La 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 la. You said once upon a time when the world was yours and mine. Well, I believe that time is now. I'm traveling on a plane, westward bound again.
Oh man. So, what were some of your favorite places when you were in California? You said you were up in North California for a while. That interests me.
Yeah, I dug. Um, well, I lived in Redwood City, and
Uh huh.
if I'm not mistaken, Neil, another guy I grew up listening to, Neil Young, he had a
Yeah.
house. The, excuse me, my voice is going. And I mean, that's the only place I lived in Northern Cal.
Okay.
But we did, we spent a lot of time in Marin County and around. And I don't know that I have a favorite place. Yeah, I kind of dug it all, really, you know.
But
What was it
that
called?
suggests you were actually up close to the giant redwoods. Did you ever get to see that?
I did, but not, strangely enough, not when I lived there. We, yeah, we did. I'm gonna send you a picture, Rory, of me, me. I mean, from way back in the day when I was little, the trees were even bigger, you know.
Amongst the giant redwoods.
Yeah, but um, but I like the LA area a lot at the
Yeah.
time. Different now, but we were. I don't know. We spent a lot of time in sort of North Hollywood, and we were yeah, of course, in San Diego. And we
Hmm.
were kind of just bounced around. Like I said, my dad used to live on. He lived 2 years on Santa Monica, and
Hmm.
so we. I don't know. To me, it was just sort of. When I first got there, it just represented a certain. Everything kind of went from black and white to
What did
Technicolor.
you think of Venice Beach? You had Venice Beach right there in Santa Monica.
Actually,
Yeah.
I was there. Yeah, I was there for a wedding in the '90s. Well, actually, I was there for a wedding in Santa Monica. I went to Venice Beach, but you got to remember, well, or not, but when you grew up in the late '70s in Europe, and I wasn't on the continent, but I grew up in Scandinavia, how different America was to the rest of the world. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I mean, there was different, just television by itself. There was all night television in the States. I mean, coming here in '76 and watching, having Saturday morning cartoons was mind blowing. And of course, now kids have
Yeah.
their own, but you know, stuff like that. And grocery stores, if it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you want to buy a hair dryer or a steak, well, go for it. You know what I mean? Or,
Yeah.
or, and it just
We take
wasn't.
for granted the perks that we get here.
And with movies too, you know what I mean? It's like I mean, when, the films that came out, I mean, at the time, you had to wait 6 months to see them in Europe, or maybe you go to London.
Yeah.
And now that's not the case anymore. And anything, restaurants, fast food, I mean, America was, again, it's like you were coming from the black and white to Technicolor, and all of a sudden seeing palm trees and, Disneyland, and Elvis playing at the Forum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In 70, whatever that was,
And the
76.
Vegas Strip.
Yeah, it
Did
was.
you ever go to Mexico when you were here?
I did. If and in actual fact, Sandy, if you have the last album I put out in 2023, it's called Tomorrow Never Knows, and the front
Yes.
shot,
Yeah.
the and the back shot is from Mexico.
Ah.
And I don't know if that was between '76 and '78. I actually thought it was off PCH. I thought we were near Malibu at the time, but then I saw this is when I was making the album and I was doing the artwork with Troy Moore, and I realized, wait a minute, that license plate is not correct. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. So,
Sharkmaster brought you down.
and, well, it's funny for anybody that has that. If somebody's listening who has the album Tomorrow Never Knows, I still have the airline tickets from between 1976 to to 79. I still have those airline tickets where it says, Stockholm, Copenhagen, LAX, and it had the years on it.
Mm.
And Troy and I took, because I wrote a song called Old Photographs that was basically about coming
Yeah.
here this time. And I used to play it a lot back in 22, 3 with you guys.
Yeah.
Um, so Troy and I took that first airline ticket from 76 and we made it be the artwork on the actual CD
I love
Uh-huh.
that.
where we put the song title. So if whoever's got that disc, that was sort of a special little treat. And it's funny because I almost threw those airline tickets out, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. And a friend of mine said, I'm such a minimalist, I don't want anything. And, and a friend of mine said, hold on to those tickets. So when it got time to be making that record, I can't remember if if it was my idea or Troy's idea, but at any rate, the airline ticket from that first trip in '76 is on the disc. So, so yeah, really, to me, it wasn't just one specific thing. Although San Diego Sandy, that first trip,
I like how you nickname me.
that
That's
All of
gonna
a sudden, I got
stick.
a nickname.
San Diego Sandy. That's gonna stick.
well, I just remember, yeah, man. I mean, my dad and I split. He probably took me out of school. We went Thursday through Sunday, right? And I was
Mhm.
back in Sweden. I was back in school on Monday. So on that first trip, we took a flight to San Francisco because he wanted to show me two things: Fisherman's Wharf, and for whatever other reason, he wanted to show me Alcatraz.
Yeah, which is right there. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually took a helicopter ride out to Alcatraz, and it was obviously different in '76.
Yeah.
But
Maybe that was to make you to stay away from the guy on Venice Beach.
you know what? And so I remember coming back to school in Stockholm, and when you get back from the weekend, your teachers it will well, you're going to write a little essay about what did you guys do over the weekend, and I, so I wrote this thing down, right? And I was sort of like, well, it was just natural to me. There you go. And so a few days later, my teacher calls my mom. And, I'm sure most of the other kids went to see their grandparents or on some little Swedish island eating shrimp sandwiches and, drinking milk and um, feeding milk. And so my teacher says to my mom, your son, I remember this conversation. It's very interesting, but it's just not true what he's writing.
He's
And
fantasizing.
we encourage the kids to read write what they actually did. And my mom said, well, what did he tell you he did? And she goes, the teacher goes, well, he said, he wrote down that he went to Beverly Hills, and then he saw Mickey at Disneyland, and then he went to Alcatraz, a prison. And
Perfect.
I remember my mom saying, well, they've been gone for four days or so. If he said he did those things, he probably did.
That's it,
So
Mom. Put her in her place.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You were being honest.
But you know what? I still have that picture. I have it up on. Well, maybe I have it up now. I'm standing in front of a Western Airlines flight at LAX. We're flying like 7 a.m. or
Mm,
6 a.m. an early flight up to San Francisco.
mm.
And you asked me about what again, back to the difference of what just the contrast of those of those lands. We
How
were
long was that plane ride at that time?
it's more. It's about 45 minutes or something, right, Sandy? Is that right?
The plane
No,
ride
no,
to
no, no.
where?
The
I mean,
plane ride from
I've
Sweden
never been to
to the
Alcatraz.
west coast of America.
no, no,
Hold
no,
on,
no, no.
I've never been to Alcatraz.
No, sorry, like Copenhagen, because you don't fly direct from Stockholm at the time, at least. Copenhagen,
Hmm.
LAX, about 11, 12 hours.
About
And
12-hour flight. Okay. Back
yeah,
then.
11, 12 hours or so. But I remember sitting on that Western Airlines flight. I was like 9 years old, and there was I don't know. It took I don't know. They weren't taxiing on time, and so they served us breakfast before takeoff. And this was
Mm.
my another revelation. So I'm sitting to the left of my dad, and this the flight attendant. She comes by, and she gives me a stack of pancakes. Right?
This is where the pancake thing started to happen.
Stack of pancakes. I mean, for breakfast for a Swedish kid, that's how we grow up. You know what I mean? She gave me a stack of pancakes, and yeah, again, my dad, you know, he was an air traffic controller, so when he flew, they just kind of hooked him up, so he would sit first class a lot. So so anyway, here I'm sitting with a stack of pancakes at 7 o'clock in the morning, and this little bottle next to it called syrup, which I had no idea that it's just straight sugar, right? And she hands me an ice cold Coke. I couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you
You
grow
put
up
the syrup in the Coke?
I mean, in Sweden, your breakfast is the, oh man, you know, it takes you back to the medieval times. This awful sort of yogurt where and you take your Vasa bread and you crunch it up and you maybe get an apple with it, you know, and a glass of milk. And it was just the most, you know, mundane scenario you can ever drum up. That's what, so I remember sitting, you know, again, of course, I sat next to my dad. I remember I looked, when he saw the stack of goodies they were giving me, I looked up at him sort of for approval. Like, is this
Like, is
okay?
this for me?
Yeah, is this real? And then he goes, yeah, open, and then try out that syrup thing. That you know, pour more sugar on the sugar. And I mean, you know what I mean? And it's like the day before you were walking in Tomorrowland in Disneyland and cruising down Sunset. You know what I mean? Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you move here? Instead, you go back to, and forgive me if there's anybody from Stockholm now, because I sort of advertised it. I love that. It's a beautiful city, but again, you know, it can get a little rainy and freezing cold and dark and bitter. And to have that sort of California experience, um, it was a no-brainer. You know what I mean? It was just,
Yeah.
it's not, am I going to move here? It's just whatever, you know,
Yeah.
When?
That was a
well,
different time, man. Yeah, open gates. Come, come. Yeah, we'll give you Coke, Coca Cola.
yeah.
We'll give you
Well,
stacks of pancakes.
yeah, yeah. It was just, again, it was Technicolor. It was, it was seeing all of, you know, whether it was late at night in the hotel rooms, you know, those bungalow hotels that they had in those days, and
Yeah.
like Starsky and Hutch at 2 o'clock in the morning, eating, you know, Captain Crunch, which I had, you know, again, I had no idea what that was, or watching Rockford Files or something. It was just a rad time. I mean, I
They
mean, of
still have
course,
all those hotels on the beach now. They're just more expensive now.
Oh man.
They
right,
still have them.
I'm
And you
sure.
could still get a burrito, but it's smaller and more expensive.
Yeah. Well, and also, you know, my dad was a steak lover, and that was the first time I went to, as far as I can remember, I think we were in Orange County, which I actually took my first driver's license in 1985, because in Sweden you have to be 18 to drive, and
Oh, yeah, it's earlier here.
Yeah.
which is, you know, it's probably, I know the distance here, it's a different scenario, but it's a pretty dubious choice to give it to 16-year-olds, you know, but yeah, I still have a picture on my Orange County driver's license, and but yeah, so we did the had the first steakhouse experience there, and you know, it was just all good things. It wasn't necessarily
Yeah.
much, wasn't always the reality of, you know, existing there, of course. But,
Yeah. 70s, man. Such a good time.
I know.
I mean, yeah, right. I mean, it was. I don't know. I mean, well, there was a lot more people alive. You know, my parents were alive, friends were alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are
But
good times. Those are good memories. That's wonderful.
All the surf legends are from that time also, you know.
hey, Sandy, have you watched? Have you seen Dogtown, the film?
I think I have it. Yeah, I have it.
Yeah, you have not.
I own it. Yeah, I
Oh,
own
you
She
it.
own
said
it,
she owns it. Yeah.
right? But I mean, again, I'm not someone to.
You had the long hair, Lars. I saw some pictures where you had the long hair down to like here.
I, I I like the past in the sense that when I see it on Facebook, I appreciate whatever the era was and what we did or somebody did, or but I'm not much
For sure.
for the nostalgia in that sense. I think every decade offers up. You know what I mean? Every generation makes their own
It's not
hero.
wrong to wax nostalgic.
No, it's cool, but there was also cool things in 1995 as to be cool things tomorrow. You just have to
Yeah.
you gotta find them, and you gotta find a way. It's like being an artist, being a writer. You have to find a way to stay um, inspired.
Yeah.
Find a way to keep the
It's
internal.
weird that things in the 70s are now considered vintage. Like,
Well, I mean, listen, I was just selling one of my guitars the other day, and that guitar came out that guitar was made in 1996, and the guy at the shop said, "Oh, it's a vintage." I go, "No,
nice.
that's
What are you
impossible."
talking about? I used to play one of those.
I
Nice.
said, and he looked at me, and I said, "It's 1996," and he goes, and he said, "Uh huh, exactly, it's vintage."
The paint's still
You know,
drying on it.
well, it's just it's the Spinal Tap line. Time is so elastic. It's sort of. I mean, when I think about, for example, let's say 1984, when I was some little munchkin in Stockholm, right, and some older dude, older, said, "Well, I saw the Beatles in 1964, you know,
Mm,
or whenever they came to the States in '64, but I don't know when they were in
yeah.
the '60s." Well, and at the time, that sounded outrageous. Yeah, I remember looking at this person thinking, I, "You're so old, I can't even believe how you can put words together." You know what I mean? You're older than father. How can you even? I'm thinking the
Older.
Beatles '64, black and white. You saw the Beatles, but here's where that karma switches on you. I was to this 15 or 17-year-old, and fairly recent, and we started talking about bands that we dig, and I said, I love Nirvana, for example, and I said to this kid, I saw Nirvana, and he looked at me as that probably the same way as I looked at that guy in 1984. I said, I saw Nirvana in 1980, I'm sorry, not 1993 with the Breeders opening. And the distance between 93 and whatever a year ago is far longer, has gone far past the distance where I was questioning this old man in 1984 who'd seen the Beatles. So it's just a strange, it's just part of getting older. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
Back in my day.
Unfortunately, I know what you mean. Sheesh.
But it's not, it's not that everybody had. There's new scenes that are starting every year, and I mean, bands that came out in 2010 are now today in 2026. They're 16 years old.
Yeah.
They're as old as the Stones were in 1980, right before they put out Tattoo You, right? Or roughly, I'm a little
Time
off on
marches
the,
on. Yeah.
but I'm kind of close enough.
I remember.
So,
I remember seeing them when I was a young lad in Tampa Bay, the Steel Wheels tour.
it's funny there, Mister Bond. That the first time I saw the Stones was in 1989. It was on Steel Wheels,
Yeah.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of times in between '89 and well, to the last time they came to Atlanta a couple of years back. It's interesting because
That
Um,
was the year Michael Keaton became Batman.
right.
How long
Well,
ago was that? Is that now? Yeah,
well, I think they should put, well, should is a bad word, but let's just use it anyways. They should put, or they should take Mick, Ronnie, and Keith and put them in a laboratory and try to, I mean, because I mean, the first time I saw the Stones in the late 80s, 89, and if I compare Mick to the last time I saw them in 2024, I think it was, or five even, 24, it, it sounds crazy, but if anything, he's better. He's,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
People
And
wonder how do they do it?
well, I mean, maybe well, I think in a way, yes, it's easy to say that well, the Stones haven't broken new musical ground in a long time, and yes, that may be true. But they have broken other sorts of ground. They have proven that you can do this. You can play stadiums and arenas in your 80s. I mean, in 1975,
Huh?
Johnny Carson said that. I mean, Elvis was on People magazine. Elvis had turned 40. Carson said, "Fat and 40." And and by the way, for the record, for any Elvis fans, Elvis added fat 40 and funky. And but and that was a time where Mick and Rod and all those people were saying, "Well, I'm not going to sing rock and roll or punk rock after I'm 35, right?" 40 seemed so old at the time, and
Yeah.
you're just starting out at 40 today. So the Stones are breaking plenty of new ground in different ways, and on top of that, they're still making kick-ass albums. Every album they make is
Yeah.
really so. I mean, Nick stays in shape. He does, he again, it's a, I don't know about role. I don't trust role models, but that's something to look to. I think still, he gets around.
Oh man, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for coming and joining us. We went over. We went 20 minutes over,
Oh shit.
and we
Okay.
started late. Sorry.
Uh,
We got to do this again.
Oh
Definitely
yeah.
after your new album. And if anyone wants to donate to Lars, please hit him up, or you can I put it in the intro. You can see the Venmo there. If you want to help out, and
I'm
follow
gonna start
Lars
reaching
on
out
all
to
the
people,
platforms.
seeing if we can
Mhm.
make the reunion happen.
oh yeah. Well, I meant to say, and I forgot. And I don't want to leave it out. Next week, I want to push my dear friend Vic Burgess's thing. I'm playing a thing next Saturday. It's called the Dirt Dauber, and it's in Chickamauga, Georgia, and it goes between 11 and 5. And Vic's got, I don't know what my time slot is or whatever, but Vic's got a bunch of cool artists playing, and he's been doing this I don't know, for a number of years at this point. So yes, and also I want to thank you guys. I want to give him a plug for his
Have
for
him
his.
come on the show. We'll bring him
Okay,
on.
thank you so much, Sandy, and I mean no
Yeah.
Thank
icing.
you.
Thank you so much for all the support and for being cool people. And I also hear Lemmy back here trying to open up
Thank you, Lemmy.
his
Prayers to
e
Lemmy.
his
Lemmy's like,
e.
feed me.
We love you, Lemmy. He's all sweet.
There we go. He knows what's in it.
Aw.
Temptations.
But thank you again, guys, so much for having me. It's been wonderful.
Always a good
Thank
time.
you. Yeah, and we'll have you back again. We can't wait to hear the new songs.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so stoked to put out this new album. I feel it's the best album. I feel it's the best thing that I've ever done in music. This new record, Restless Hearts and Spare Parts. Every tune to me is just it's just right on the deal. And again, Tom Cheshire, who made the artwork. Shout
Love
out to him,
Tom.
being the raddest dude in any town, in any city that he's puts his feet on. puts his feet in.
All right,
All right.
everybody. Thanks for watching. Everybody in the comments. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Lars. Love having you as a guest on the first time on No Icing. And I hope to have you back again after the new album is out. And say hello to all the Atlanta folks and Tom Chesh. We love you too. And we'll see you next time, guys.
Cheers, y'all.
Peace. Love you guys.
Sunshine, get it on right.